conference play is really when you want to see things start to come together a little bit. And so I think it's about that time for us. And I think that this team has a lot of, our ceiling is very high and we have a lot of room to grow. And I think that we're going to start falling into that real quick.
As big as a game could possibly be on January 5th, does it feel like this can be kind of a big catalyst for the rest of the Big Ten play?
Yeah, for sure. I think Maryland's obviously a very great team, and to get them at home is really big. We love playing big games at home. That is definitely to our advantage, but we're going to prepare like every other game. It's no different, and we're going to play Iowa basketball, and it's going to be fun.
It just seems like maybe a beauty of this team is you just don't know which player or players is going to step up in a certain game or a certain time. Is that kind of fun, kind of refreshing for you guys?
I think it is, especially because it makes it so much harder to scout. And, when we're going over a team scout and we have to put 10 people on the lineup, it makes it a lot more challenging than if we have to put 5 people on the lineup. So I think that it does bring some advantages in that sense, and also it keeps team morale very high and makes us going to keep it coming back to work every day.
I know when you moved to the bench, you weren't necessarily surprised by it, but just to have the right mindset to stay productive and be able to, even if that's your role, have that be something you own. How pivotal has that been for you over the last few weeks?
Yeah, I think from a mental standpoint, it was interesting at first because anytime you get shifted in a lineup, it's gonna mess with you just a touch. But then I think getting back to practice and repetition and getting more into game flow and finding a comfort level there was a big deal for me, and I feel like I've gotten to that point. And moving forward, I think that the coaches are gonna just keep rolling with whatever's working and keep everybody's confidence high. So I think that's going to be a big deal for the whole team.
Sid, for you, you've talked about how it's been a little bit of an adjustment for you on the offensive end with Caitlin gone, but you look at the box score game, it still seems like you're having eight rebounds, 4 or 5 assists. As you work through things on the offensive side, how important is it for you to still affect the game in other ways with rebounds and assists?
Yeah, I think we talk as a team a lot that you can control the things that you can control, and if your shot's not falling, there's a lot of things that you can rely on, and a lot of things that I kind of hang my hat on, whether that's rebounding or defense or just being a good teammate, being a good leader. And those are all things that you can control. And so I try to do that every game, no matter what.
Taylor, the training wheels are coming off a little bit for the freshmen, particularly in the last couple of weeks. Just how much have you seen their progression and their confidence and all that grow, knowing that, as we said, it can be anybody any night, and as the season wears on, some of those players might get in even bigger roles?
I think that's so exciting to see, especially because it feels like they just got on campus when, in reality that was half a year ago and all the way in the summertime now. I can just see their confidence growing so much in the fact of even their communication levels are so much better now, and they're moving a little quicker, and they're asking better questions, and all of that is such a learning curve getting here and having so much information thrown at you, and they're just handling it in stride, and I'm so glad that they have each other to help do it.
What do you think of Aaliyah's Pikachu pillow that always seems to make an appearance in the
It's always making an appearance. Oh my goodness. Yeah, they just have such fun, unique personalities, Aaliyah especially, and yeah, I'm just so excited for fans to get to know them more.
Just tell me about the atmosphere here. They're going to honor Coach Bluter, before the game.
Yeah.
What will you guys be able to be on the floor for that? And, how do you feel about that?
We haven't talked much about it, honestly. Coach Witter texted me the other day, though, but just for her to be back and get honored the way she deserves. I mean, she was such an amazing person, and she was such a big part of changing the women's game of basketball, and I'm just excited for her. I'm not sure if we'll be on the court or not, but regardless, we're also excited, and she's more than deserving.
I was going to ask, kind of building what I asked her about the freshmen, just we talked so much about the crowd and how big that is for you, but I'm curious for either of you, did it take some time before it didn't become overwhelming and you could use the crowd as productive as you can? And have you seen that with the freshmen where, as these big environments continue to stack on top of each other, that they can feel comfortable and do their thing?
I would say for me, I think it definitely took a little bit of time. Going from a high school gym to running out to the bat and warm-ups is definitely a jump. And especially because our fans are extremely engaged during games, I feel like. Iowa State was probably our first game where, it was a little bit, I don't know, it really, really was like a difficult atmosphere for them to come in and play in, and it was a little hostile. I think that they're going to keep learning with that, and I think that, as we progress into this Maryland game and as we get moving towards USC and UCLA, then it's going to keep growing and keep getting better, and they'll just keep learning with that. So I do think that they've adjusted really well to it so far.
Along those lines, you guys are still going on road games. You guys are still signing autographs. People still want to meet you guys. How have maybe the past few years that you guys have experienced help you kind of be in these roles, and also maybe share a little bit with these freshmen about what to expect?
Yeah, I think no matter where we go, Hawk fans are always going to travel, and we're always going to see a lot of black and gold in the crowd. But also, they travel so far to see us. Like, we want to give back to them and, make their day, sign an autograph, give a high five, whatever we can do to make sure they know that we are very appreciative of them. And I think the freshmen are just along for the ride with that. It's super fun for them. I remember being a freshman and like, oh my gosh, you want my autograph and stuff. So it's just cool, and it's just their names are gonna get bigger and bigger, and I'm excited for them. They have a great journey ahead.